Hey, welcome back to Turntable Guy. On the bench today we have a Fluance RT82T. The gentleman that dropped this off said that he was getting some noise, scratching or grinding noise when he moved the tone arm towards the record. I was outside, I did move the tone arm and I couldn't hear anything. Sounded perfectly fine to me, but I didn't get a chance to plug it in. I have a feeling it's probably not the tone arm. How do I get this off? Okay, so here we are. So this is a belt drive, 2-speed turntable. I believe it's fully manual. It has an acrylic platter mat on it. And I believe all you do is select the speed. It kind of wiggles a little bit when you turn on the speed. Queuing up. Well, I can hear the noise. It has nothing to do with the tone arm. It's the motor. Sounds like a meat grinder. Okay, let's unplug this. Have a look-see. Well, this is going to be another easy repair. It looks like this cap here is out of position. I can see that it's not centered over the motor pulley. Let's take this belt off. Let's plug it back in here. Oh, look at this. So there's an arrow here with a notch, and it lines up with the arrow here. It wasn't on properly. Quiet. Well, not really quiet. It's kind of a noisy motor. I don't know. Sometimes, I don't want to be offensive or anything, but people could, have a closer look. I get it. Some people are not mechanically or electronically inclined, and when they hear something like this, they're wondering if it's something to do with the tone arm in this case. But so this would go on like this. So the notch lines up there. Is that right? How about now? Oh. That'll do it. So it's just a matter of getting this cap on in the right position. It's still a bloody noisy motor. I've worked on one of these before. I think I have a video as well. Wasn't too impressed with the build quality. This one's really, really dirty. I'm going to clean this one up for this guy. You really shouldn't keep your turntables like this. You're going to get dust and dirt all over your records. Not a good idea. Okay, I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to service this motor. And how we service the motor is just a little drop of electric oil. Take this cap off again. And just a little machine oil, whatever you have. And just put it right where the top bearing is. Just like that, and then you can run the motor again. Just let that run. It's already quite a bit quieter. Motor has absolutely no torque. And there's quite a bit of belt guck on the pulley, so we'll clean that as well. Best thing to do is just leave it spinning. Get yourself some rubbing alcohol or isopropyl alcohol, whatever you have. Just dampen the Q-tip and just clean off the pulley while it's spinning. Yeah, some crap came off there. How's this? It's very gooey, but that could be what it's actually like. Still want to have a look at it. Considering that this bearing is so gooey and this motor is so weak, just wondering if we need to service this. But it could be a grease or a specialized oil that they use from the factory. But let's have a look and see what's underneath here. These turntables are not that cheap either. I think they sell for pretty good money. And I'm just going to give this a quick wipe because it's so dirty. I don't want all this crap getting into my carpet on my bench here. Twin arms locked, power is off. There's a ton of cat hair on this thing. And there are a lot of screws. Okay, I'm going to take all these off and we'll get a look at what makes these things tick. Okay, you have to remove all the outer screws, 2 inner screws, leave these ones, and you have to remove the 3 feet, and then you can pull up the cardboard base. Fluance RT82 made in Taiwan. So I remember when Fluance was just a direct-to-home speaker company. They were a Canadian company, and they would manufacture overseas, wherever, Taiwan, China. And you would order these speakers online, and they would have individual distributors throughout the country. And you could order direct from them or through the distributors. And I still have a pair of Fluance bipolar surround sound speakers in my home theater that I still use to this day. I'm fairly impressed with the build quality here. It's nicely built. It's real wood here, so it's pretty solid. And you can see that definitely has a speed sensor down here. You can see the head right there. As I spin the spindle here. So the sensor will control speed, so it's not completely solely up to the motor to hold the speed. Got your main control board here, so external power supply, and the various functions here, 3345. This is also the on-off switch. Pretty simple, but yeah, I'm pretty impressed. I'm not going to service the bearing. I'm going to leave it as is. This is a fairly new turntable, so I think he said it was 3 years old. So I'm leaving things as they are. I'm sure that is exact lubricant that the company put at the factory, so I'm not going to use it. It is a thick lubricant. I have a feeling it is a light grease. So we're leaving that, but I just wanted you to have a look inside to see what this Fluance is like. And yeah, the last one I worked on, I wasn't particularly impressed with. I don't know what model it was, but this one I'm a little bit more impressed with. I think it's a nice build quality, a nice solid ground here. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, so there's RCA jacks in the back. There's an auto stop feature, so yeah, it's all nice. Yeah, so nice table. I'm gonna button it back up. I'm gonna put it back up on its feet. I'm just gonna give the plinth a nice cleaning. I'm going to clean the belt. Just run it through a little bit of alcohol, get off any dirt, and then put this cap back on, and then we'll give it a sound test. A nice quick one for you today. All right, I gave the plinth a nice cleaning. There's a ton of cat hair in this thing. It's really kind of gross. We'll just put the platter back on. The platter's kind of cheap aluminum. And I have cleaned the belt. Oh, I guess I should put this on before I put the belt on, eh? And I think I'll put it on correctly as well. I don't want that sound coming back. got it better this time. Okay, let's try that. Actually, let's just turn it on. And yeah, it's quieter. We'll set up our tone arm as well. I'm not a big fan of belts that go around the platter. Prefer just having a sub platter. And if you notice, when I turn around this platter, it actually does have an inner platter. I wonder if that's for another model. Okay. And this is another thing I don't understand, these acrylic clear platters. All right, let's set up this tone arm. We've got an Ortofon 2M red. So we'll set it up for 1.8 grams. We'll balance out our arm first. Okay. Right there. We'll set our scale to 0. And then we'll adjust for 1.8. Which is right 6, 7, 8 there. And let's see how close that is to the digital scale. It's heavy, it's 1.89. Just back it off a little bit. 1.8, 1.81, we're good right there. And we'll just adjust our scale now. Set our anti-skating for that amount, which is right there. And I think we're ready to give this Fluance a sound test. It's pretty quiet through the preamp right now. There's no humming or buzzing, so that's a good sign. And like this.
And I wake into the dawn. Long time ago, I watched him struggle with the sea. Gone, and is gone. Call me up inside you and let me.
Okay, what I'm hearing is not a lot of low end. Now, I don't know the actual condition of the stylus. I had a look at it. It looked fine. I cleaned it. But this album has a lot of low end that I'm very familiar with. That's why I use it for a lot of my tests. But I'm not hearing a nice punchiness. It takes a moment for the speed to stabilize as well. If you listen, you'll hear some wow and flutter here. Hear that? It's like it speeds up and then it stabilizes. Yeah, I'm not impressed with the sound. Yeah, that does not sound great. I wonder if I put a rubber mat down, if that would make any difference. Hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, I've put down just a standard, I think it's a 2mm Techniques mat here. I mean, it's not going to make a lot of difference, but bass response was just so weak. No difference. It's not the Ortofon red. I know a lot of people don't like the red, but I think it's a fine cartridge for the amount of money you pay for it. Yeah, I'm just not impressed with the sound. Anyway, not much I can do about that. So anyway, that was a quick one. You know, that's Thorns. This Fluance came in with an odd problem, but all it was that this motor cap was on incorrectly, and the motor was rowing against it. All right, there's no tone arm noise like he said. It was just the fact that he was moving the tone arm over, and that the pulley was rubbing against that cap. But that's it for this week, guys. Things are going to be a little bit slower right now, just because it's we're right in the middle of summer, and not a lot of people are listening to records. They're out sitting on a patio having a beer. I will have a Technics SL 1200 that I'm going to do next. I had a pair of them dropped off by a DJ, and they're just going to go through a regular service and inspection. So I think I'll film that one. We'll put that one up next. But anyway, this is the Fluance RT82 T, I believe it was, with an odd problem, and at least you got to see what makes these things tick. Build quality's nice. Can't say the same for sound quality, but there could be maybe something with the cartridge going on. Maybe the stylus is near the end of its life. I'm not sure. I don't want to pass judgment on all RT82s, but this one doesn't sound particularly great. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.